just relax your jaw and feel your bottom just loosen. I mean, I can feel it right now, and I'm not even trying to have a baby come out of me, so I'm just saying. Hey guys, so it is Elizabeth here again, aka Nurse Zabe on YouTube and Instagram, and I'm back with another toolbox video for you guys. So if you're new, these toolbox videos are going to be things that you put into your labor toolbox, so when labor comes you have some things to pull out of your toolbox, maybe using them in conjunction with each other to make your labor go smoothly and make you feel safe and supported in your labor environment. In the time of COVID-19, a lot of us are missing our childbirth education classes, and a big part about childbirth education is figuring out what works for you in your toolbox. So grab your birth partner if you've got one, sit down, and let's get started, because this one is going to be all about talk during labor and relaxation techniques that we can use. And these are best done when practiced before labor, so when you get into labor, you're ready to use them, and often we'll have another person working with you, like your support person. There are a lot of things that support people do for us in labor, and one of them is just being present, but another one is to talk. We call it the 3 T's of support people. So we have talk, timing the contractions, and touch. I will go into touch in another video, but we're going to talk about talk right now. So words of affirmation are something that a support person is going to be really instrumental in doing, and you'll probably find your nurse doing it as well. Social interaction in labor can have either a really positive or really negative impact on labor. I think if you survey women and said, what do you remember about labor? A lot of them will remember very specific things that you say. I have patients after their labor who remember really positive things that were said. So what you say during labor really does stick with a person, because it's such a transformative and important part of your life, and the memories that you have from labor are going to kind of be weird and scattered, because that's the way our body responds to stress and to pain. But the things that are said will often stick with us, and that's why words of affirmation are so important. There are a lot of different words of affirmation that can be used. Figure out which ones work for you. If you Pinterest words of affirmation in labor, a whole bunch will come up. Some of my very, very favorites are, you never have to do that contraction again, and you are 1 contraction closer to meeting your baby. I also really like, these contractions cannot be stronger than you, they are you. You've got this. Or you are doing it. Your body is doing exactly what it needs to be doing right now. Labor is work, and you are doing a great job. Relax your body into this. You've got this. Your cervix is opening. Your body is opening to bring your baby down. We are going to meet your baby so soon. I know this is overwhelming, but everything is going just as we expect it to go. You are doing amazing. Words of affirmation, if you have a support person there who you know is going to be able to say them, is great. If you're not so sure, or if you want a script, something written down, I really recommend, before you go into labor, writing down words of affirmation on Post-it notes and putting them up in your labor room so that you have them to visually see how amazing you are doing. Because in the throes of labor, sometimes you're just like, I can't do this anymore. But I want you to know that you can, and I want support people to know that they can encourage you to keep going, because you can do this, you are doing this, and we are meeting your baby today. Going off of words of affirmation, mantras can be something that are helpful for you to say to yourself after you have a contraction. Sometimes a mantra could be in combination with breathing. I'll link my breathing video right here. So something like, I'm okay, I'm okay. I had a patient who would say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And she would rock like this. A lot of times there's movement with mantras. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That was her mantra, and she said that up until that baby came out, and then she did do all things through Christ who strengthened her. Another mantra could be open, open. If you have a nice relaxed jaw, that can really help keep everything else relaxed too. Try and clench your bottom and relax. It's really hard. Now just relax your jaw and feel your bottom just loosen. I mean, I can feel it right now, and I'm not even trying to have a baby come out of me, so I'm just saying. Going off of that, helping a woman to relax during labor can be really helpful, and we've got a lot of different ways that we can do this, and you figure out what works for you. A lot of times during labor, when I have a mom really working through her contractions, I'll say, okay, remember to relax your brow, relax your jaw, and we just start at the top of the head and we go all the way down, and often by the time we're to your toes, that contraction is over. Relax your brow, relax your jaw, let the tension go in your neck, relax your arms, relax your shoulders, relax your legs, relax your feet, let your body work and open to your baby. You're doing a great job. That is some guided relaxation that you can have your support person do. If you're worried that you're not going to have a support person who is able to do that for you, go on YouTube and look that up. Heck, clip out that little 10 seconds of me and just play it over and over and over again. You might get sick of my voice, I know I would, but there's all sorts of guided relaxation on the internet that you can look up prior to going into labor, or record yourself. Touch relaxation. This is kind of going into touch, but is something else. So you and your partner have kind of had a conversation, you and your birth partner, you and your nurse, that instead of me saying, okay, relax your brows, I would just gently touch and just remind you to relax everything during a contraction as you're working on breathing through them. A relaxed body is going to allow your baby to descend and put his or her full force onto your cervix, which is going to help it open up. So relaxation, opening ourselves to the contraction, welcoming the contraction, and then saying goodbye to the contraction are all going to be really helpful. Sometimes what we'll do is actually be encouraging relaxation in between contractions. So when you're pushing in between, I like to say, okay, now just let everything go. I want you to totally melt in the bed. And you know what? I have patients who have been epiduralized and who have been completely unmedicated who fall asleep in between contractions pushing. Another sort of guided relaxation that we can do is called guided imagery. And this is when you as a support person take your birthing partner on a journey. The journey could be to that trip when you went to Mexico for your honeymoon and you were on the water and the waves are lapping at the beach and the wave is coming in and the wave is going out and you're riding the wave and the sun is shining on your skin. It's going to be specific to you. Maybe yours is a waterfall in the woods, or it's a lot of nature, but a lot of calming, relaxing nature, and that you're going to go to that place with every contraction and then you are going to come back in between. Another thing you can do is have a focal point. So it might be your partner's face during a contraction. That is your focal point, is you focusing on your support person. Or some people will bring a little memento from home, maybe something that reminds them of their baby. I had a patient once bring in a rubber duck, and she just set it over, kind of over there, and that during the contraction, she would just breathe and focus on her rubber duck. Whatever works for you. This is figuring out what works for you. And there might be a point where all these things don't work so great for you, and then we move on to something else in our birth toolbox. But relaxation during contractions reduces anxiety, brings down stress level, helps with stress hormones, reduce patients' pain perception, and helps you birth your baby quicker because we've got that oxytocin love hormone flowing and we've got our stress hormones down, which is exactly what we need for optimal physiological vaginal birth. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely check out my toolbox playlist if you want to see more things that you can put in your labor toolbox, and I will see you guys next week. Bye guys.